It's a game about emotions, connection, close plays, broken records, triumphs.
I've seen a lot of things in professional sports, but never in my life have I seen anything like this.
And championships.
Left side, Swanson to first. The Browns are world champions.
Join us each week as we watch these stories unfold. On Talking Baseball with Sal Angioletti. Boom. It's another Wednesday night. Yeah, where are we today? We're at Bill Works. Baseball. Another studio. We've had the grace of doing our show here live. Mm-hmm. Me left side here is
Carl Maglowski.
and to me right.
Matt Siriani.
What's going on, Matty Ice? Big C.
What's going
What's
on?
going on, gentlemen?
Going great.
Since the last show.
Very
It's like-
sentimental.
Yeah, very, very sentimental, and a lot of Yankees and Phil. I don't know what's going on with the Yankees, but Matty Ice, take it away. College time World Series. Who won it?
All right, so it was the Tennessee Volunteers versus the Texas A&M Aggies in the College World Series. Game 1 was won by the Aggies. Game 2 was taken by the Volunteers. It all came down to a decisive Game 3 on Monday, and the Tennessee Volunteers won their first Men's College World Series championship. But there's more to the story. After the Men's College World Series ended, Texas A&M head coach Jim Schlossnagle was asked a question by a reporter. Would you take the open position in Texas if the opportunity comes? And Schlossnagle said, I'm not going to take that position. My heart is with Texas A&M. My family here is here in Texas A&M, and I'm not going anywhere. Lord behold, a few hours later, he's the Texas head coach.
It's crazy how stuff works, and I think coming from us as well. You know, you want to get that scoop right away as a journalist,
Yeah.
writer, and whatever you are.
Yeah, as a journalist, I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah.
And they want to. That's like I just saw something earlier as I was going through this massive migraine sinus headache I've been dealing with all day. And that they were following Ben Affleck out of J-Lo's house, and he went after the guys.
Who
It's like,
cares?
he didn't even have his Batman suit on. He
my
should
goodness.
have
Who
thrown the
cares?
batarang and knocked somebody out. But you know, it's like that would be like us if we saw like the mayor Sean Casey out here go follow him and get a scoop. Hey, how come you're
Yeah.
not the Yankee hitting coach?
Yeah, no. Listen, as a reporter and as a former journalist, I understand the goal is to get the story. When you go back to your office and you type up a story, but like the thing is, like, the guy called the reporter a dummy for asking the question, which I thought was really unnecessary. But that makes Schlossnagle looks like a hypocrite for basically saying, "Oh, you're dumb for asking that question." Meanwhile, he goes to Texas and is like, "Oh,
Yeah, probably saying, you know,
But-
we're going here.
But my thing is, he has success with Texas A&M. He's taken them to the College World Series. Yeah, he hasn't won it, but he has a program built. Why you leave that monster and go to Texas?
I don't understand."
Texas A&M has just as much money as the Longhorns do.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it's
stupid.
It's
you
like
know?
that all over the place.
It makes no sense.
And lo and behold, they win.
Yeah.
I saw an article, shot it over to you.
Yes, you did.
$100 million stadium.
So the Tennessee Volunteers, on top of winning the Men's College World Series and becoming the first world champion to win the title as a 1 seed for the first time since '99, they're making some mighty renovations to their stadium. It's going to hold 7,600 people, which is 2/3 more than what they had originally in their
Good for
ballpark.
them. Good for them.
And it's going to have suites. It's going to have an owner's booth. It's going to have everything. It's going to be like a Major League ballpark, except really small. Because, like you said, 7,600 people, that's not really Major League ballpark
Invite the
status.
show down. We'll be there for opening day.
Now-
just make sure you book us.
Now, does he have ties to Texas or no?
Who, Jim Schlossnagle?
Yeah.
He does not have well, he has ties to Texas. He's actually friends with the athletic director from Texas.
So what? Who cares? Just because I would just stay at Texas A&M.
Yeah, I would have stayed at Texas A&M. I don't get the moving. I think it's really hypocritical what he did. I think he did 3 things wrong. He called the reporter dummy, which was not called for. He was a hypocrite for basically saying that he wasn't going to do something and then did it, and then he lied about it.
Yeah. Makes no sense. He's in the SEC anyway, so now they're going to go all A&M's going to probably get one of the good coaches now, and every time they play Texas, they're going to try to beat their brains in.
Yeah, and you know what? That should happen because, like I said, you're moving across town to a different team.
Yeah.
But, like, what I don't understand is why now?
Yeah.
Why now?
Makes no sense.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like that in every sport: baseball, football, hockey. You know, the vicious cycle of firing a coach, manager, and this guy's not doing great. Like Girardi was gone because of Gary Sanchez, and Gary's now with the Gary's with the Brewers.
Yeah,
who just got in the trade Dallas Keuchel, which I have no idea.
Well, I just heard last weekend after we did the show, I was listening to Sirius XM Channel 82.
Yes.
Mad Dog had Andy Martino in.
Oh, I love Mad Dog.
So,
hello, everybody.
Yeah, so he was New York Yankee reporter, New York reporter. Didn't matter what they did in 2017, even if they won the World Series, because he wanted to, Jory wanted to do it his own way and not listen to Cashman. They were going to fire him no matter what.
Yeah.
And Joe's back in the booth.
So it was more of Girardi and Cashman not seeing eye to eye than him and the players. So I think, no offense, I know you guys are Yankees fans.
Yeah.
Cashman's been in way too long.
He's been around since what? 98.
He needs to get out.
Yeah, 96 or 98.
No, it was 98. I think it was 98.
After Bob Watson, I think.
Yeah, it was 98.
After Watson stepped down. So it's that cycle. If the Yankees made it, you won 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
You made the playoffs every year since. Got knocked out in the first round a lot. Second round, Joe Torre was one of the best. Then you got Girardi. Girardi went to the Phillies for a bit.
Yeah, and now he's gone.
And now he's gone. Rob Thompson, another Yankee coach, leading the team call. And your Phillies are, they're doing good.
They're hot.
They're hot. Bryce Harper his bat has woken up, and I said it after he had the surgery. I said, once this guy starts hitting, you can't stop him. He had 5 RBIs, I believe, the other day. He hit another 2 home runs down in Detroit, him and the Tigers out there, and then they come back. I think today or tomorrow. It was the afternoon game.
And they pulled a triple play.
And they pulled a triple play
on Tuesday. Yes.
So what do you got for us with the Phils?
All right. So today they won the series in Detroit. They won 6-2. Brandon Marsh went 4 for 4. He had
nice.
Home run and 4 RBIs. Now they did have a minor setback. Spencer Turnbull only pitched 3 innings today because he had stiffness in his shoulder because he was in rotation because of Walker is on IL for 15 days with blister issue. So he hasn't been stretched out. He's only been in the bullpen, so he pitched 3 innings today. They're going to do hopefully tomorrow they'll find out what's up with him. They don't know yet if he's going to miss his next start, but they have an extra guy ready just in case. Since you probably guys know already, I think late Saturday they extended Christopher Sanchez for 4 extra,
I saw that. Yep,
4 extra years. Now he's basically locked up until 2029 or 2030 with club options. So now they have 4 starters. I think if it doesn't work with Walker at the end of the year, I think they're going to probably try to trade him and get somebody else because last year he wasn't on the postseason roster. And
yes.
This year his ERA, he just started on the IL. His ERA is over 5. The game he pitched on Friday night was horrible. He only pitched 4 innings. He
Yeah.
gave up, I think, back-to-back home runs to Arizona, and I think in the 4th inning.
Yeah.
But he gave up three home runs. I think the Phillies could do better. So regardless, at the end of the year, they're probably going to try trade him, and somebody else will pick up his contract. Or if the Phillies have to eat it, it is what it is.
Yeah. So after we got off the air, TikTok predictions where these players are going to land. And
Right.
I saw somebody going to the Phillies, and I couldn't remember who it was. And speculation of Pete Alonso is going to leave the Mets, go somewhere else.
Not right now. They're not.
No, well, that's
Not when they're
a
hot.
crazy team. I don't know what's going on with the Yankees. You were hot, and thank God they started off hot.
Yeah.
Judge has got 29 blasts already. He's got 75 RBIs in 81 games.
He's on pace to
insane.
do what he did in 2022.
Right. It's all about health. There went Giancarlo.
He's out for a
He's
couple
down
games.
for a bit.
Again.
Yeah. But well, these guys want to bulk up and work out, and they do it too much. And you're going to tweak something. That game against the Metsies yesterday, Subway Series. If it wasn't for Judge's Grand Slam, towards the end there would have been a debacle. But there is, when we spoke about it outside,
Yeah.
there was something wrong with Cole's arm. If you notice while he was throwing the ball, his arm, he was coming around, but he didn't have that zip like this.
No.
His pitches were staying up.
Yeah.
They hit 4 home runs against him before he even got a strikeout. And he was pitching to the minors. He was in Somerset throwing, when you come off the IL and all
Throwing
that.
gas in the minors, yeah.
But you're pitching the minor league hitting.
Do you think you should have him get the surgery and be out for the rest of the year and then come back next spring?
We got to make a move.
If
A rumor that maybe Louis Sevy's coming back, or the Yankees, and we said it. Who did you have after Tuesday night in Tanaka?
Jordan Montgomery. So you got rid of him.
And look where he wound up. When he won a World. 4 Yankees, 4 ex-Yankees were on that World Series team
in Texas, yeah.
in Texas,
Yeah.
and now he's with
Arizona.
Arizona, the D-backs.
And those 2 teams who won and were in the playoffs, World Series, couldn't hit a lick.
It's funny because we did discuss the Yankees a lot, and they haven't really. They're trying to make.
They
big moves.
haven't made good. Domingo Germán got himself in trouble. Idiot.
Right after the perfect game. Right after
the perfect game, he did something stupid and he got in trouble, got locked up, whatever went on. We don't talk about any of that.
No, we can't.
Stuff, yeah. But he did great. They got rid of Severino. They got rid of a lot of good pitchers.
Yeah.
And then we went out and got Andrew Benintendi, who's now with the White Sox.
Yeah. Again.
And it's mind-boggling. I like Alex Verdugo. Don't get me wrong. He's hype. I'm mad at the fact that, not mad at the fact, but I'm upset how they treated Brett Gardner.
That was bad, yeah.
The Gardy party, as we used to say, and they just let him, no explanation, not retire or do something nice for the guy, a nice send off.
No, they did nothing. They did nothing.
Forgotten about the guy who used to bash his bat in the dugouts on the roof. What was it, Toronto?
It was
where
Toronto.
He got,
yeah, it was
he
Toronto,
got in trouble
yeah.
when he was slapping the bat on the roof.
I remember that. No, but
Thank God they got off to that hard start. We were the first team to hit 50. The Dodgers finally reached it.
Yep. The Guardians are there. The Orioles are there.
Guardians is a surprise team.
They're actually on a hot streak themselves.
And they were talking about getting rid of their pitcher. What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Bieber?
Shane Bieber. Yeah.
During the trade deadline last year. And his name keeps popping up all over the place. I think they do that on purpose. Just to see, who's going to grab the carrot.
Just to feel the market
You dangle
out.
that carrot and feel the market up. Like we were all panicking last year, especially Kevin. I thought we had to give him mouth to mouth. What's up, K-Well? When we thought Judge was going to go to the Giants.
Oh, my God.
And if that ever had happened, there wouldn't be a right field in Yankee Stadium. I think the fans would have tore it down.
Now, bleacher creatures would have been dead. The judges' chamber would have been gone. It would have been a disaster.
I don't even think did they still have the judges' chambers out
Yeah,
there?
they have it still.
That was crazy.
When the playoffs start and they're going to get in, my feel is what they're going to do is
who we going to get to help? Not get thrown out of the first round like
they're going to walk Judge. They're going to walk him. They're not going to let Judge beat you. So they're going to walk Judge, and they're going to try to
I'm glad they did the lineup like they did and have him move to third instead of batting second. And last year, in that Tobacco 82 and 80 season, he was leading off. I'm like, how do you lead this?
Well, they did the same thing late in the 2022 season.
That's like Schwarber. I can't see him as a leadoff hitter. All you got to do is strike out and hit a home run.
Well,
I don't remember him being a leadoff hitter.
Well, the reason why they batted Judge leadoff late in 2022 was because of the home run chase. That was why they did that. But I understand where you're coming from. They did it late in 2023 when he came back from injury, and they wanted to do it as a sense of trying to get a spark. And unfortunately, it didn't pan out.
Now, who's batting cleanup now? Stanton?
Well,
no,
it's Verdugo. It's Verdugo and Torres. It's a combination.
You got Volpe, Soto, Judge,
and it's either Verdugo or Torres. They're trying to figure that out.
So they're going to walk. They're definitely going to walk Judge, and then have Verdugo. And
you got to protect your main hitters.
No, but they're gonna walk. They're not gonna let.
Believe it or not, they've actually been walking Soto quite a bit too. Soto's been taking quite a few walks.
Yeah, the guy can hit him all over the ballpark. Soto, don't get me wrong. The thing is, do you go all in on him and up the ante and keep him?
Here's the thing: if you go all in, then you can't. You're not gonna get no pitching help
unless it's a trade. And one of the Yankees' bargaining chips is out again, Dominguez. He was...
Jason Dominguez is out again, yeah. Apparently during his rehab, he re-aggravated his body. And now he's going to be out for a long time. We might not even see him play this season. It's not looking good. But the bottom line is, like I mentioned before, the Yankees did make a move recently. They got J.D. Davis from the Oakland A's. Not great whatsoever.
Was he a Met or something?
He was a Met, and then he was with the Giants.
And he was with the Giants. Now he was with the A's, and now he's back in the Bronx. And apparently, he says what every other Yankee acquisition says. Oh, it's always been my dream to play for the New York Yankees.
We could all say the same thing.
Yeah,
throw on the pinstripes. I mean, that's a blessing.
Here was my thing. I even said it on last week's show. I said, why don't you just give Ben Rice a chance? Why can't you just give Ben Rice a chance?
Did you see that roll call? I mean, the Bleacher Creatures. I mean, I've been to going to Yankee game. I mean, I love the old stadium. Not too keen on the new one. You don't feel the ghosts, when you walk into the ballpark. And I've been going to opening day Yankees like 1983, 80.
So 40-something years.
And I used to go a lot. And that's when the tickets were cheap. And then here they come in the late 90s, 93.
Right.
And all that. And they started winning.
Then 94, they looked like they were on to something.
I was at the 96 opening day with the snow. Got to see Dwight Gooden's no-hitter against the Mariners. 98, they opened up against Oakland. I think the final score was like 17-11.
Right. Some type of football score, yeah.
But I was right there when I was with New York Sanitation. We used to train the guys right up at Randall's Island. So Yankee Stadium was right across there. I said, I'm going to go meet my friend. He had my ticket. It was great. And, if you look at all of these ballparks coming out, we remember the old cookie-cutter stadiums with the AstroTurf, and a lot of the stadiums all looked alike, like the Vet, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, St. Louis. They were all almost identical ballparks.
Yep.
And they saying a lot of guys gotten sick because of the AstroTurf. A lot of
injuries.
A lot of injuries, cancer. Some guys don't know what it was made of. Are there any stadiums left with AstroTurf? Did Toronto finally switch after the?
No, there's still
renovations out there.
There's still the new field turf.
Are they only ballpark?
No, Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay is AstroTurf.
Tampa Bay is
the field turf.
That's
field turf
disaster.
Yeah, but they're going to get a new stadium. Whether or not they keep the same turf is a question.
Toronto's still the same thing. The new they got rid of the actual artificial. Now they have the fake stuff.
Right. Yeah. And it's crazy,
I think Texas, Globe Life, I think they have that stuff too.
I think so, yeah.
That's a nice ballpark, and that's where this year's All-Star game is going to be. And speaking of which,
I put in an article.
Yes, Carl, shoot me. I think tomorrow is the last day, or today's the last day for voting. And I remember going into the ballparks. They used to get the little. They give you a paper, with a little pencil to do your All-Star voting and punch a little hole next to your favorite players.
Yep.
And I'm on this site on TikTok, and I like either that or Instagram.
Right.
And somebody's been playing the lineups, from the 60s. Somebody found footage, and they doing the All-Star game lineups, and how many Yankees used to be in. And it's funny how Ricky Henderson, how he's with the A's, and then the Yankees on an All-Star team. The Yankees had a lot of players in a few years. Mm-hmm. Basically, I think they almost had the whole infield one year.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. So we know two of the Phillies are tie-ins now with the injuries.
Yeah.
To certain players.
Yeah.
And it looks like Trey Turner is going to also be in the infield.
Yeah, so I have the numbers that I have for all the players throughout the whole infield and outfield and catchers. I didn't do the pitchers yet. When I wrote them down today before I got up here.
I'm kind of confused as to why they don't get pitchers on ballots and why they don't even put pitchers up on votes.
I think they go by when their last start was. To say if Cole pitched today and the All-Star game is 3 days from now, I doubt they'll even, he'll be on the ballot maybe, but he won't pitch.
I wouldn't be surprised
kind of thing.
if starting pitcher, if he has a couple more good starts, if the starting pitcher won't be
think we'll
Ranger Suarez.
Ranger Suarez deserves it.
Yes.
He deserves it.
Oh, he's
going to be – if he's definitely going to make it –
Ron Guidry.
He's going to make it. I won't be surprised if he's not the starting pitcher. But these numbers, you guys will
go right ahead, man.
All right, so for first base, Bryce Harper is leading for the Phillies.
That's a lock right there.
His total is 1,110,562.
So my numbers are actually as of June 24th, and they're a little bit different. So I can actually read my numbers if you want me to, but they're as of June 24th, which is like a couple days before Phase 1 ends. But yeah, Bryce Harper, as of your numbers and my numbers, he's leading the way in the National League as far as votes. Remember, if you have the most votes in your league, you're guaranteed to be in the All-Star game.
Well, he's a definite All-Star anyway. So.
Yeah.
Second is Freddie Freeman, 713,858.
Not even close.
For two. Matt Olson for the Braves is 154,672.
Wow.
Pete Alonso, 151,602.
Man, he was hurt
votes.
this year too.
Yeah.
And then the last one for first base is Jake Cronenworth from the Padres, 139,632. So right now it looks like Bryce is the starter and Freddie is the backup. Second base is Luis Arraez, now of the Padres, 613,068.
Okay.
Second place is Ketel Marte from the Diamondbacks.
He's good.
608,807. In the third spot, Bryson Stott, 486,315.
Now, you see, it's almost like a popularity contest of, that player's name. I got to vote for it. That's like Judge. So you recognize the guy.
You recognize the name.
But let me tell you, this Bryson Stott, and I said it last show, keep an eye on this kid.
Yeah.
A lot of Phillies on the roster.
He's very good.
Yeah.
He's good with the bat. Now, as I said about Schwarber, why do you got him leading off? This kid should be a leadoff hitter or Bohm.
Yeah.
They get on base and they could steal.
Bohm is good too.
Yeah.
I would throw Schwarbs maybe fifth in that lineup.
Right.
Right.
In the fourth hole for second base, Ozzie Albies from Atlanta, 247,517. And the fifth guy is Gavin Lux of the Dodgers, 183,441.
Yeah.
So right now it looks like Luis Arraez and Ketel Marte. For third base, Alec Bohm of the Phillies, 1,012,000.
He's got that locked. Him and Bryce.
Bohm is good.
Yeah, he's good too.
1,174. Manny Machado, look at this drop off for the Padres, 267,063.
Wow.
He's been not a problem, but he's got that attitude still. Manny, when he was with Baltimore,
Right.
Dodgers. Now he's a Padre.
Joey Ortiz is in third with the Milwaukee Brewers, 244,957. Then we have Max Muncy of the Dodgers, 226,585. And then the last guy for third base in the National League right now is Ryan McMahon of the Rockies, 187,838.
Is the team still out there?
It's still out there.
Huh.
So right now, Alec is the starter and Manny is the backup.
Okay.
For a shortstop,
Now this is where it gets interesting.
Yes.
The lead guy
is hurt.
So it goes right to It goes right to Trey Turner.
So Mookie Betts is hurt, but he has 1,200,000 23,690. So he's out 6 to 8 weeks with his
Yeah, he's
vest.
not going to play.
So right now, Trade came back last weekend. So right now, he's going to be the starter.
He's actually the lead. Yeah, he's the starter.
So Trey is in the lead, 509,043. So the backup will probably be coming in after Trey. Ellie Day, the Cruz from the Reds.
I like him.
324,000.
He's a fast guy.
559.
Is that the shortstop that throws like 100 miles an hour to first?
Ellie De La Cruz or O'Neal? O'Neal Cruz is the
brother.
Pirates. He's the brother.
He's a brother.
Yeah.
They both throw quite crazy.
Yeah, they're good. Then you got Orlando Arcia of the Braves, 147,103.
Braves putting in the work.
And then Willie Adames of the Brewers, 137,323. So right now it's Trey and then Ellie De La Cruz.
Okay.
Now the outfield is stacked. So
here's the outfield. The way that works is you're gonna have 3 outfielders obviously to start, but then the next 3 will back up.
listen to this. So one of the starters, Jurickson Profar of the Padres, he's having a good year.
What a year he's having!
900,541.
Wow.
Second is Christian Yelich of the Brewers, 821,037.
Wow.
Then you got Fernando Tatis Jr. of the Padres.
He's top 3.
Yep, 798,609. Then in the four spot, Teoscar Hernandez of the Dodgers, 761,934. Now today with his 4-for-4 stat, he's going to improve his numbers. So we have Brandon Marsh, 521,461. And then after him is Nick Castellanos of the Phillies, 439,764. Then after that, you got Johan Rojas, but he's in the minors.
Yeah.
He got option in AAA. His number is 363,047. Then you got Cody Bellinger of the Cubs, 352,565. And then you got Ramos of the Giants, 241,532.
Now, here's something like I said, popularity contest. Go back to that a second.
Yeah.
Which position?
Jurickson Profar.
That kid came out of nowhere.
Now, Christian Yelich.
Yeah.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah,
It
really.
goes by the name because if you think about it, I like to see Castellanos and Bellinger. That's my opinion. I don't know.
And then here we have the catchers.
Now, here's another thing.
But JT's not going to make it. He's hurt. So I don't think he'll be back.
Yeah, Real Muto's not going to play.
So right now, William
Wilson
Contreras of the Brewers is 746,461. And then right now, to back him up, if JT doesn't play, is Will Smith of the Dodgers, 557,970.
Yeah.
And then you have Wilson Contreras, 149,315. And you got Sean Murphy of the Braves, 132,575.
Okay.
So basically, I think today's the last day.
Yeah, today's the last day to vote for Phase 1.
It's a shoo-in.
And most likely DH. I wouldn't be surprised if Schwarber's waiting for DH.
No, it's
or
Ohtani.
second.
It's Ohtani all the way.
Ohtani, but who's in second?
Well, right now, according to my numbers, Ohtani's in first, and then Marcell Ozuna's in second.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, like I said, it's the name. The name is throwing you, Matty Ice. You ready?
Yeah.
Give us some of the American. We know Judge and Soto are in the outfield, so that's the both of them. I think have about 2 million.
Like
each.
I said, my numbers are a little more up to date, but it's still the standings are still similar to Carl's. So for the American League, we start off with first base. Ryan Mountcastle leads the way with 1.4 million votes, slightly more than 1.4 million votes. But here's who's in second. By 62,000 votes, Vlad Guerrero Jr. is in second. He's at 1.338.
I feel bad for that guy.
Horrible.
Toronto. I always said watch for that team.
Yeah.
They always scared me in the American League East, but now it's Baltimore, and
Toronto fell off a cliff.
Now he said
Toronto fell off a bad cliff.
I heard something about him. He said he wouldn't mind coming to the Bronx.
Really?
But how can you afford him and Soto?
I don't know. They're gonna have to go out and
Stupid money.
go dig up George Steinbrenner.
Exactly. They have to do George Steinbrenner's money. Next, second base, we got I'd call him something else, but I'm not going to say my nickname for him. Jose Altuve leads the way for second baseman with over 1.2 million votes. And in second place is Marcus Semien with 963,000 votes.
Is he wearing a wire for the All-Star game?
Yeah, you can say that. But it's funny because we didn't mention the Astros a little bit. They're getting hot at the right time. They swept the Orioles, and
that's good for us. But now they're 4.5 out after there being 12 games
now
out.
Who's doing the votes? Is it fan votes?
They're fan votes.
Now here's the thing.
Like I said, it's a popularity.
Yeah, he can have his stats can be horrible,
and he still gets in.
Yeah, because the vote it should be manager, how it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Third base. This is amazing. Jose Ramirez, 1,426,000 votes.
Okay.
And then the second place, Jordan Westberg of the Orioles at 846,000 votes. So
Well,
if you do
they're
the
ahead.
math, that's 580,000 vote difference between the two.
I'm surprised they're over Rafael Devers.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Devers is in third, but he's only at 602,000 votes. So it's kind of crazy.
That's another team that.
Hanging around.
Yeah, not much though. I mean, they could be beat.
Also, honorable mention, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, 355,000. He's in fifth, but whatever.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa?
Yeah, he's in fifth. First at third baseman.
Take after his what was his not his grandfather, was it? Was it his grandfather?
What?
Ralph Kiner?
Yeah, Ralph Kiner.
Oh, good for him.
Grandfather, whatever he was, his relative.
Shortstop, Gunnar Henderson leads the way with over 1.5 million votes. Second, and I'm really happy to see this kid shine, Bobby Wood Jr., 987,000
There you
votes.
go.
Good for him.
Good for him. He deserves it.
Another father-son combo.
I think I know. I think I have the catcher. Let me take a stab at it.
Go ahead.
Adley Rutschman.
And it's not even close.
Not even close.
1,638,000, and then Salvador Perez is second with 1,033,000.
But he's leading. He's leading it, right?
Yeah, by 600,000 votes.
Okay.
Oh, Sal Perez is still going. Wow.
I mean, Salvador is in second, but by over 600,000 votes.
He was on that championship team when they beat the Mets.
Yeah,
right?
he was.
Yeah, he was. Perez still going strong. The outfield, Judge, 2.4 million. I mean,
Yeah.
Come on.
Lock.
Juan Soto, 2.1 million.
Lock. I think the other guy's on Baltimore.
And then no, believe it or not, it's a three-way race between Kyle Tucker, Stephen Kwan, and Anthony Santander.
Okay.
Tucker's
All
at
right.
one. Tucker barely eclipsed 1 million votes. Stephen Kwan, who's having a really good season, he's only 30,000 votes behind for the third outfielder spot. And then Santander's at 808,000.
I like Santander.
Santander is good.
Go to that bank. I like him.
Catcher. Adley Rutschman. You're right. Catcher, 1,638,425. And then I guess it's Salvador Perez. Now let's go to designated hitter. This is interesting.
Giancarlo.
Now, listen to this. Remember, if you make the top two at your position in the voting, you have a chance to make it to phase two. Listen to this. Jordan Alvarez is leading the way in designated hitters. That's no surprise. Listen to this. Giancarlo Stanton, 717,000 votes. David Fry of the Guardians, 706,000 votes. Oof. Remember, if you're in the top two, you make it to phase two. So Giancarlo, with all that time he's missing, David Fry is catching up.
Yeah, so
And
he's
so
not,
call.
he's not gonna be able to. He's not gonna be able to play.
He's on a 10.
No, I thought it was more than that. I thought it was like a couple.
I thought it was
weeks.
10.
I thought it was like a couple weeks.
IL. We can't see DL anymore.
In MSNBC, this would be referred to as too close to call. I mean, this would.
Yeah.
The race is too close to call yet. We're going all night. We could go into
TV show, Too Close for Comfort.
Yeah.
But anyway, here's how it works. If you have the most votes in your league, you automatically qualify for the All-Star game. If you're an outfielder, then you have to pick the other two outfielders to start. If you're a position player, like a first baseman, then you're automatically in, and that position's already determined. So Bryce Harper, lock.
In.
First baseman's deadlocked.
Boom.
Boom,
Lock.
in. And then, like the way it goes now, the top two at each position now, based on votes, have one more chance to become a starter. It's going to be based on 50-50.
Trey Turner, lock.
So, like I said, I've been hitting political references all night. This would be like the midterm elections.
Yeah.
Pretty much like the midterm elections because, we're midway through the season. You got a bunch of races going on. So, that's why I put it. But anyway.
All right. We got the top of the second over in City Field. That's a quarter. Where's the swear jar? Get the quarter.
I wish I had the quarter.
I never knew the Mets had Sean Manaea.
Sean Manaea, yeah, they got him.
Yeah, they got him.
They got him.
Another guy. David John is up now. So, he made a horrible play yesterday.
Oh, by the way, Yankees, I want to get back to them for a second. They need to make a move at second base desperately.
While I'm reading this right here, it's saying Aaron Boone is discussing sitting down Glaber Day.
Glaber Day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
No, here's why. Because he's been making errors left, right, and center. It's not been good.
Yes. We got the Yankees and the Metsies. The Metsies are at the top of the second now. The Bravos and Cardinals at the bottom of the second. No score there. Orioles and Guardians are tied at 1 in the middle of the fourth. The Jays and Red Sox are in a delay right now. I guess the storm is heading this way because we were supposed to get rain.
Yeah.
White Sox and Dodgers at 8-10. Stone against Fidel, whatever the heck his name is.
Yeah.
The Twinkies and D-backs. Cubs and Giants. And finals today, the Mariners. Here's another surprise team, the Rays.
Another
don't know what happened with that team. Mariners won 5-2, so the Mariners are 46-37, and the Rays are 40-41. The Pirates.
Don't sleep now.
That pitcher is awesome.
Paul Skeens, amazing.
Amazing. The Pirates beat the Reds 6-1. Pirates are 39-41, and the Reds are 37-43. And like Carl mentioned before, the Phillies won over the Rangers and tamed them out in Detroit. So the Phillies are now 53-27, and the Tigers, they can go to the zoo at 37-43. The Bravos won today 6-2 over the Cards.
Yep.
The Braves, we know what happens with that team all the time, even though you got your main cog out.
Your main cog and your main pitcher
out. They're 44-33. They got a nice cushion, the Phillies. The Cardinals, 40-38. Astros again won. They're 40-40. They beat the Rockies.
They beat 500.
That's probably one of the first teams that are going to eclipse the 100 losses. Another team, the Marlins, lost to the Royals 5-1.
Well.
Kansas City's 44-38 now. The Brew Crew, in 10 innings today, beat the Texas Rangers 6-5. And the Brew Crew, who made a move for Dallas Keuchel.
Yeah.
They're maintaining the lead over there. They're 48-33, and the world champions at 37-43. Hello.
What a fall from grace.
Of course, you got your Angels beating the A's. Of course, what is going on with Mr. Trout?
Mike Trout has been
out still.
He's been out still. He hasn't been playing.
He's been injured a lot.
He's been held hostage.
The back issues, that put Mattingly's career out to pasture, as well as David Wright.
Yeah.
I felt bad. I feel bad for the Jersey native.
Yeah.
When Ohtani was on that team, everybody focused on Ohtani, forgot about who Trout even was.
Yeah.
And now he's a loner out there. You got your third baseman.
Rendon.
He's out. Is he still out, this guy, too?
He's
out.
Yeah, he's out. He's hardly even playing
Trout needs to say, look, let me go somewhere else and at least salvage my career before I retire.
Isn't he stuck there, though, for the rest of his career?
He says he wants to be there.
He wants. I don't get why you wouldn't want to head out this way.
You know what? If he wants to be there, then I'm not defending him. Because if he wants to be there for the rest of his career, then I have nothing to say.
All right, and then you got your Padres beating the Nationals 8-5.
He's happy out there because there's if they play good or bad, he doesn't have that problem like he will be if he plays on the East.
Right. Let's go through the standings, if you don't mind.
Sure.
AL East, the Yankees are 52-29. They have a 2-game lead over the Orioles at 49-30, the Birds. Boston is 8.5 out, followed by Tampa at 12 out. Toronto is 15 out. The Yankees lost 2. They're still 2 up because Baltimore just lost 5 in a row. Before Toronto won, they lost 7 straight.
Yeah.
So here's the surprise right here. The Cleveland Indians, Guardians, 51-26. They won 7 straight. They have a 9-game lead over the Twinkies.
Top team in the American League as of right now.
Yep, with KC behind 9.5, Detroit 15.5, What about those White Sox? I think that's going to be our first pick for 100 losses, maybe?
I think that
Yes.
you mentioned
All right.
the you
We
mentioned
might as
the
well.
Rockies.
The Rockies, and
The White Sox are
the
going to
White
be
Sox.
playing golf before everybody because they're 32 games out of first
Yeah,
place
no,
at
it's
this
ugly.
point.
It's really,
ugly.
really ugly.
Seattle holding a 4.5 game lead over those damn Astros who
It was a 10-game cushion at one point.
at one point the Astros won 7 in a row. You have to beat the teams you got to beat. If you can't, you're not winning. And it's all about winning series.
Yes.
Yankees were winning series when they lost 3 or 4 series recently.
All I can say is if you're the American League, the last thing you want is the Houston Astros in the playoffs.
Right. So here you go. The world champs are 7.5 out, followed by the Angels at 11 and
The A's.
the Vegas A's soon are 17. So. And with the internet, it's not working good.
The Phillies are up by 7.
Yeah, they're up by 7 games over the Braves. But
You ready for the end? Here we go with the NL.
Well, you
Here we
got
go.
the best record in the National League.
Yeah. Best record in baseball, period.
It's what you do. It's what you do in October that counts. Now.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like we said, you could win 162 games.
I mean, think of it this way. The 2 teams that represented in the World Series last year were a 5 seed and a 6 seed.
oh, look with the Yankees. 82 and 80. Worst record since, what, 93?
Since 90, yeah.
Around there. All right. The NL, fighting Phils there are 7.5 up on the Bravos, which is a shock to everybody. With the Metsies 13.5 out, 15 for the Nationals, and 25 for the Marlins.
Go fishing.
What a disappointment.
fishing.
What a disappointment.
Go fishing.
The Brew Crew is 6.5 on the Cardinals. They're 48 and 33.
Look at St. Louis.
Cardinals are 6.5, followed by Pittsburgh at 8.5. The Cubbies at 10.5, along with the Reds.
Now that's embarrassment. He left Milwaukee to go to the Cubs, and
worse.
Milwaukee is playing better with Council not being there.
Hey,
That's
listen,
a slap in the
listen,
face. to
it
him.
is a slap in the face.
Good
but you
for
know what?
him.
He deserves
Good-
it.
yeah, he does.
deserves it.
Yep. Your $1 billion Dodgers are 50 and 31. They got an 8-game lead over the Padres. Arizona, who beat the Phillies in the playoffs last year, at 10 out, followed by San Francisco at 11.5.
And the Rockies.
And the Rockies. Could you imagine if Judge did go to the Giants and this was happening right now?
He'd be miserable. He'd be miserable. One thing I want to say real quick about that race, and I like to tell jokes every now and then, but one thing I've said about the Rockies, I said this about Mike Trout. I feel bad for Chris Bryant. He's stuck
Is
there.
he still there?
Yeah,
He's
he's
still
stuck
there.
there, and he's stuck there. That's
He's
the
still
problem.
there.
He's stuck there.
He wanted that contract though.
And
Well,
he
with
can't
the
get out of
Cubs.
it. He can't get out of it.
Well, when he was at the Cubs.
Yeah, he wanted
look at everybody that
7
left.
years. He wanted.
Rizzo.
Rizzo left. LeMahieu left.
No, Rizzo was funny. He got traded to the Yankees, I think, before the game started in Chicago, and he was hugging. You seen in the dugout, he was crying and hugging everybody. Well, Schwarber was with him on that team.
Yeah, Schwarber was with the
He
Cubs.
was with them on the same team with Bryant and every. The Cubs. Let me tell you something. They had some team,
That was a magical team.
and then the Cuban Missile was also with them. And I think the Cubs overworked Chapman before he went back to the
my
Yankees.
God, I can't believe the amount of people that were on that 2016 team that ended the curse.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
with that guy catching the interfering. He moved out of Chicago. That guy. After that, with all the threats, the guy that interfered with the. I can't think of his.
Another Jeffrey Mayer situation.
Another, you don't
No,
remember?
Bartman.
Oh, Bartman, yeah.
Steve Bartman.
And then the playoffs, he interfered. The guy on the Cubs could have made that an hour.
Moises Alou jumped up and said, yo, we interfered.
Oh, Moises, I think was going to drag him out of the stands. Are you kidding me? We got another 20 minutes, 18, whatever you want to call
17, but
How was that pizza,
17,
guys?
16,
I saw you
15,
chowing down
something.
on some pizza.
We always ate on the
I
air.
ate half of it. Sal didn't want any. He was eating a salad.
Good for
I was having
you.
a salad today.
Good for you.
My headache is still here. It's like somebody's hitting me with a hammer in the middle of my eyes.
Good for
right
you
now. My
having a
sinuses.
salad. Good for you.
I'm surprised I made it here because I had a protein shake before I got here.
Hey, protein shakes are good.
No, they're not. Not when you're throwing up. I was trying to be a little, Remember the time Kevin got the zucchini stick stuck in his throat?
Yes.
Gee. That's on one of the skits. One of the opening skits of the reel they did. Cleaning the pike, K-Wall. Cleaning the pike. What is tonight besides our show?
So tonight, besides our show,
The NBA draft.
the NBA draft.
The NBA draft.
That's right.
Let's turn the page a little bit.
Okay.
And go B-ball. Sixers looked pretty damn good last year.
No, they didn't. They got bounced
Hold
by
on
the
a minute.
Knicks.
I know, but hold on, because I predicted that.
If Embiid was healthy, they won it, lost.
Now that's the question I'm getting to you. Do you try to dangle the carrot and trade this man and have Maxey run that team?
No.
Because I love Maxey.
I love Maxey too, but no, it's still Embiid's team. Give it like.
How long has he got on his contract?
I think he's got 3 years left.
Has he got 3 years
Embiid
left?
does.
You
Yeah.
dangling the carrot?
No.
Not yet.
Trying to get another. They're talking about if they stay at 16, they could probably get Zach Edey and be Embiid's backup.
I hate that guy.
You hate that guy. Why?
Because he was a Big Ten player. He played against my school, Rutgers University.
Matt knows something we don't.
He's the guy is 7'4".
What?
He's
7 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 7'4".
Well, Matumbo was the tallest at that time, right? Back in the day.
Yeah, something like that.
He could back you up and just turn and just dunk on you.
No, this is like Andre the Giant type
Yeah.
guy. He's serious. No, I'm not even joking. But like, no, Zach Edey, as good as he is as a basketball player, he's not big in big moments, and he proved that in college. I mean, they lost to a 16 seed one time in FDU, Fairleigh Dickinson University.
But they went into the Final Four, though, this past season.
They did, but they didn't finish the job.
They lost to UConn. UConn was going to win.
Maybe there's no shame in that, but
You know?
I don't know. The thing with these big, tall guys at 7'4", and you know what's funny? There's a guy from Canada who's 7'9" who just got recruited by the University of Florida. I forget the guy's name, but he's like I said, he's 7'9". Apparently, he's like nimble on his feet. He can dunk on you. He can do everything you ask him to do.
At 7'9", how does he get through the door?
That's my question. How do you get through the door? I mean, where do they find? I mean,
I don't know.
these guys from Canada. I don't know where they even find these guys from Canada. Because Zach Edey's Canadian.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what about those Panthers coming back?
Oh my
Yes.
God, that was nuts.
They better win that. They better win that cup.
They did win the cup. They did.
You don't want to be 0-3 and be like the Yanks.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, that was
No, it was,
Mo Rivera blew that.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like that was a really good series, and I really
Yeah, that was nice.
that was a good
You
series.
know, like I said, this was a year to be a New York and Philadelphia fan with the Knicks, the Sixers, the Rangers making the playoffs.
Yeah,
And everybody thought the Rangers were hot.
they were.
And you know, my Devils always the usual. Here we're here in January and right
Yeah.
off.
Now, what do you think about what the Knicks did by?
Oh, they
picking
went.
up-
They went crazy.
Why would you give the Nets 5 draft picks for Bridges?
Because they're invested in winning now,
But here's the thing:
and they want the Nova Knicks.
they're not better than the Celtics.
Logic says maybe the Knicks know something about what the Celtics have planned.
But they're going to keep everyone's back for next year
Yeah.
for the Celtics. If Giannis is healthy, the Bucks are better. They're saying that the Sixers may go after Brandon Ingram. If
Oh
they don't
my
get
God.
Brandon Ingram, they're going to try to go for Paul George. So the Knicks are going to.
Oh yeah, what was this with
What?
Go ahead.
what's
So-
his name? The Lakers with LeBron.
JJ Redick, that's
Oh,
stupid.
JJ Redick.
That's stupid.
Oh, by the
is
way-
he staying a Laker though?
Now he signed a 4-year contract as the Lakers' coach. And all
No,
LeBron.
I'm talking about LeBron.
Of course, because
Well-
he's friends with JJ Redick.
No, and it's not even that.
So what did he wait?
No, it's not even that. It's the fact that the Lakers might draft LeBron's son.
And that's why Dan Hurley said no. And he's staying at UConn.
And you know what? God bless him. God bless him for staying at UConn. God bless him. And you want to know what it is? These college coaches who go to the NBA also fall flat on their face. I love Dan Hurley with a passion because that's a guy who's a no-nonsense competitor. And if he went to the NBA to be LeBron James's you-know-what, it wouldn't have been pretty.
You know who's going to run a team? It's going to be LeBron.
Yeah.
LeBron's going to be coaching
That's
the team.
how it's been for a while.
Yeah, they
though.
said he should just be a player coach. Why hire a coach?
Yeah, he's LeBron the GM. LeBron the GM and LeBron the player are two different things.
All right,
LeBron
guys.
the GM should not be a
I
thing.
want to talk about something that you put on your notes here
Yeah.
about the world champion Texas Rangers.
Yes, I need to talk about this. This is actually very important.
The Rangers, who are the defending champions, are the only team in baseball. I don't know about sports, but they did not have a Pride Night.
Yeah.
Where all if you know you're driving on 95, you saw Wells Fargo Center all lit up in Pride colors.
Yeah, they all this special stuff for that.
Yeah, and they're the only team that didn't do it. This is the 7th year in a row the organization has not hosted a Pride Night.
Yeah.
The fans of the team have said it's
A complicated
relationship when you're describing the disconnect between the team and the community. The lack of showcasing diversities angered supporters and members of the LGBTQ community.
That's true.
The Rangers are the only baseball team, as well as the only team to play professional sports in the month of June, Pride Month, to not have any Pride-themed festivities.
Yes. That's true.
I've seen the Yankees, I think, last homestand did it. I think against Baltimore, had a really nice baseball cap on it.
Yeah.
You know, we're all human beings. We're all one here. Oh,
shoot.
My phone was blocking the way.
Anyway, but like I mentioned that in my article today because it's actually kind of important.
Yes.
You know, I have an uncle who's gay. It's important that we treat every person, whether you're gay, straight, bisexual, whatever, they have to be treated equally. And I don't know what Texas Ranger ownership or management is thinking, but Texas has a big LGBTQ plus population. They do in Texas. And I feel like for them to not do anything, but the Astros have the guts to do it. I mean, I feel like that's probably the one thing that...
Yeah, did they figure, because they did it, we don't have to kind of thing? I mean, they're not close in, facsimile, I guess, miles or...
Well, yeah,
Houston and Dallas, I think, is what, a 2.5, 3 hour ride. Because when I went to WrestleMania, I was teasing the Uber driver. I said, "Where's South Fork Ranch from Dallas?" He goes, "Oh, that's another, 2.5 hours from here." I'm like, "What?" I thought it was, in Dallas,
Yeah.
But when I came out of a certain tunnel out there and I saw the big buildings before the stadium, I thought I was watching a TV show because, let me tell you, those buildings in Dallas are beautiful.
They are beautiful.
The stadium is beautiful.
Yeah.
Getting on a wrestling bump, Raw's moving to January of 2025 to Netflix.
Yeah.
Netflix. And no more PG rated. I mean, they've gone a little dark again with Paul Levesque, Triple H running the show and sending Vince out to pasture. We won't get on that, but they're signing big deals now. WWE with this whole bloodline story with The Rock and Roman. Roman's dad passed away.
Sika passed away.
I remember seeing the Wild Samoans when they used to come to Brooklyn before wrestling even got into arenas, and they used to come to the high school gyms. And they came to Lincoln High School, and the Wild Samoans were in this big U-Haul truck. So me and my friends went over there, and they did their, they scared us kind of thing. But, condolences to Roman or Joe, whatever you want to call him.
SmackDown's going to be on Netflix too?
SmackDown, I think, is going to be on the USA Network.
Okay, because I think they're saying NXT is going to be on CW.
That's right.
Yeah, on Channel 11.
That's right. Yeah.
So, it's all about networking, like we're trying to do. This is our second show back. I don't want to knock no more. It's time to kick down doors. So if anybody wants to be a sponsor of this show, we on Roku TV. Hello to all our viewers out there. Thank you for tuning in. YouTube Live, both on the Northeast Streaming Sports Network, Talking Baseball with Sal Angioletti. Of course, Facebook Live as well. We're going to be back on Pandora, iHeart, Spotify, all your social media platforms. And the road shows are coming up. We're going to take the show on the road again, Outback Steakhouse. We did
that a couple years ago.
Thing in Staten Island with the Grace Foundation in Staten Island. We helped raise money for autism.
No, it was great. That was awesome.
With the kids, we were in the Staten Island paper that year.
Great memories.
We had a great time out there. We hope we go back this year to Staten Island and visit the kids.
That's something I'm glad that you mentioned because my father and I will not be around the Staten Island games this year. But I mentioned to Joe Saraceno and Steve Bart, the guys who are from Jaguar that run the event.
Yeah, we didn't make it last year. No.
Last year they didn't make it. But I did bring you guys up again. They asked about you.
Okay.
And they want you guys to be there.
Okay. All right,
in place of me and my father. Because my father and I can't make it. We have a conflict going on that unfortunately will prevent us from making it to Staten Island this year.
When is the day? Do you know?
Friday, July 12th.
Friday.
Oh,
July
that's a hard one.
Friday, July 12th.
I won't be around. I won't be around either. The things that come up.
I think here's what I think we could do. Here's how we can move forward with this.
That's a Friday.
Yeah, it is a Friday. Usually the games are on a Saturday, so it's a weird time to pick a game.
Yeah, that's a little crazy. That's right before the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway,
I'll be working the Poconos for NASCAR.
here's what I told Joe and Steve. In case you two can't make it, which it sounds like it's going to be a little bit difficult, we could have some of the kids who are participating in this year's games come on the show via satellite or via remotely, whatever works.
That works.
Yeah, whatever
And talk to them about the games, what means the most to them,
Right.
the cause, etc.
Speaking of guests, you talked about it, and we're going to get more on. We've had Tommy Green of the Phillies,
Yes.
Sean Casey, the mayor, Sean Casey, and Carl and I had the privilege of meeting the mayor, Sean Casey, up in Pittsburgh, in South Hills, PA, with the Miracle League of South Hills. Hello out there, Sean. Mr. Dan Schweck, the commissioner, Miracle League of Mercer County.
Yep.
We got involved in all that, and look where it got us. We met probably one of the best ball players out there, in Sean Casey, and then everything shut down after that.
Yep.
Kind of crazy.
I mentioned Art Shamsky was on. You could see it in a reel. We had Art on. Brandon Steiner with Danielle McCartan from WFAN.
Yeah.
Love to get her on. And she remembered who we were because I called in one night.
Okay.
And she remembered us. And it's great to be remembered. And like a crazy story I was telling you, I worked at a Philly game once, and somebody heard my voice and goes, "You have a show on Spotify?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I thought you sounded familiar." And I love stuff like that. We want to run with this, have fun, take the show on the road. Whoever's interested, I put it on our Instagram page, Talking Baseball with Sal Angioletti. We now have a blue check mark.
Yeah, that's great.
And, this is getting real. We're back in the New York groove, one of my favorite Kiss songs. And we're gonna hit a home run with this. No longer knocking on doors. I want to start kicking them down again, folks. Be with us.
Yep.
We got a great thing going. Here's our new T-shirts.
Nice.
Oh, it looks clean. That looks clean.
Now, what time?
I got a box of them.
What time on the 12th?
We're thinking maybe like 6 or 7 p.m. on the 12th of July.
That is, if it's 7 o'clock.
You'll be the only one there.
Well, what would I have to do?
You'd have to sponsor the event. You'd have to help the event set it up, make sure everything's organized, interview the kids.
Speak to Lee over at Outback.
I'm going to speak to him. The last time
right.
I was there, he wasn't around. What I could do is I could probably message Lee, because Lee Mazikian, for those of you who don't know, Lee, I don't know if you're watching, but you're amazing. Lee Mazikian is the owner of Outback Steakhouse in Middletown. He was my boss for 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, we did 1 or 2 shows out there, correct?
Yeah, 2. He's an amazing man, an amazing owner, and we're in talks of trying to get back to Outback, because I think Lee. It's funny because I mentioned to Lee one time that I still do the show with you guys, and he's like, "Oh, maybe we can have you guys come over." And this was like a while ago.
Yes. So we also did a show in Brooklyn
Yes.
at the Schnitzel House.
Yes.
Trying to get in touch with them, because the time we did it, we were outside. It was still COVID.
Yeah, we were supposed to be previewing the Subway Series, and then it didn't happen because I think the Mets had COVID.
The pandemic.
Yeah, the pandemic. So that's
Actually-
all out to pass now. Let's get this train rolling on the express track. No more local trains here.
Now, before we move on to what we got to do, one of the things that I mentioned on last week's show, articles are being written, and Sal read one of them, and I appreciate you mentioning my work. Articles are being written for Talking Baseball with Sal Angioletti. Like I said, every Wednesday. There's a Hot Headlines article every Thursday. There's a opinion piece every Friday. It'll be a prediction article where we give you bet lines, prop bets that you can follow, and etc. All in the world of gambling. Now, Carl, for the opinion piece, you're on the clock. For people who are interested in opinion pieces, what opinion piece in baseball do you have on your mind?
My opinion.
We got 2 minutes. Hurry up.
Okay. Will we see the Phillies and Dodgers in NLCS?
You see Phillies, Dodgers, and LCS.
What do we see? Will we see the Dodgers and Phillies in NLCS? Best 2 teams in the National League.
Okay,
That's a good one.
that's a good one. Do you think Mookie Betts will be back in time to help the Dodgers get on a little run? Because they have been playoff.
They'll make it.
They'll make it.
They'll
You know,
make it.
they're the new evil empire. You know,
They'll make it.
it's crazy.
Depends, or the wild card teams knock them out.
What do we got? 1 minute there,
We got 60 seconds.
I'm going to invite two people up. Hunter and Holly, come over here.
Come here, guys.
Come on.
Hey, Hunter.
Come on over here. And we're going to say a closing, and your line is going to be stay classy. You ready? I want you to scream it. This is Sal, Carl, Matt, my two guests here, Hunter and Holly. Where are you? Get in the camera, guys. Come on. And you ready on a count of three? I'm gonna say something, and I want you to scream, stay classy. Thank you for another Wednesday edition of Talking Baseball with me, Sal Angioletti. We will be back July 3rd, right before the 4th. We usually don't do a holiday show, but we're going to stay patriotic and blast off. And as always, baseball fans, New York, Philly, New Jersey,
Stay classy.
Good night.